We're at what I would consider the south side of the structure. Okay, these are the main sewer cleanouts to the building. We're over here. Our unit is the second from the end. Our unit is unit number 20. So this is it. It's 150 amps. That's the main shutoff. I'm assuming. It's the best I can determine. Alright, from the other notations that are available to us. So, there's that. That's the main shutoff valve on the south side of the structure. Again, I think I've said this before, or will say it again. For the purpose of this inspection report, the garage car entry and the front door face west. It's really north-northwest, but my orientation with this particular neighborhood, which I've lived in for years, and I haven't lived in it for years too, so it's been years since I spent those years here, but in my mind's eye, that's north. So that's going to help me identify things in your report. This would be the main water shutoff valve and gas. And then we come over here, and this is what some people call the breaker box. Load center, the electric service panel. Okay, the main shutoff is out there. Being out there, okay, then this is by definition what some people refer to as a sub panel. Alright? And so since it is a sub panel, second panel is more accurate. See this bonding strap right through here? We've bonded. Oh, that goes to the neutrals. Never mind. False alarm. False alarm. Okay. I thought I had you. But I do. I've got some things to talk about. Okay. One of the things that I'm going to talk about is this panel was screwed into place. Screwed in place with drywall screws. Are drywalls faster and tighter? Yeah, they are. I get that. They are. They're faster and tighter. They don't have the same shear strength as nails. Alright? You ever try to tear apart a tree house? Man, those kids put those things together in the yard and you just can never get them out. Nails have much more shear strength. So if this structure was to experience a tornado, for example, and there have been some pretty sizable tornadoes in this neighborhood. It's been some years, but it has happened. But if a tornado blows up your garage, you've already got a bad day. I get that. All right? But if this cabinet had been nailed in instead of screwed in, it'd stand a better chance of staying in place. And Sandoz Perez, okay, he's real proud of his work. I'm proud of him. But he hasn't. You're supposed to have some notations inside of this cabinet of where it was bonded. And there are no bonding notations. This box, okay, that should have been printed like this, not handwritten. And there should be duplicity. And there's not. So we don't have any duplicity. When this home was built, AFCI, arc fault circuit breaker interrupters, were required in the bedrooms. And we have that. If this home was built this morning, and it was not, they would be required almost everywhere else. Many places otherwise. But this home wasn't built this morning, so we're not going to find them, didn't expect to find them here. But it's a safety issue. Kind of like GFCI for the garage is a safety issue. So kind of like the protective prism cover for the garage fluorescent lights is a safety issue. So safety issues make the report. The lack of AFCIs makes the report. See these white hots right here? Coming in, that's the air conditioning units. White hots. Alright. They're supposed to be wrapped with black tape. Like these are black and it's red. It's supposed to, so that you know that they're hot. If you don't know that they're hot, you don't belong in this cabinet. I get that. But that's what they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be wrapped with black tape. Then again, your cables are not supposed to be in direct contact with the edge of the cabinet. You're not supposed to have more than 1/8 of an inch gap in the cabinet. That compromises the fire blocking. And then you see this big old knockout here? That's why they had that for L1 and L2 coming in. We didn't know where this cabinet was going to go. So wherever the cabinet's located, we could get L1 and L2. It could fit. See all these little knockouts? Twist outs, if you will. Okay, that's for these guys. Now it's only supposed to bring 2 in at a time. That's called bundling. And even my illustration that's baked into the inspection report is almost like apologetic about that. And I hate discounting my work. But it's very common, just like the illustration says. It's very common. And sometimes the cure is worse than the problem. So, you know, I would never dissuade my client from seeking perfection, but there it is, and you know, make the best decision that you can. What did we learn? We learned that we got sawdust and combustibles in the cabinet. We learned the cabinet was screwed in and we got a gap that's larger than 1/8 of an inch. We learned that we do not have duplicity and that the breaker boxes were not properly labeled. We learned that we've got some white hots that weren't wrapped in black tape. We learned that some of our cables are touching the cabinet. We learned that we've got some bundling going up here. We also learned that we don't have a protective prism cover